Hey guys, welcome back to video 3 of hypothesis test. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a list of numbers and I'm going to show you how to run a hypothesis test by putting it into a list. Okay, so let's just get to it. It is claimed that teenagers spend 4 hours a night on homework, A random sample of 8 students, when asked how many hours of homework do they spend each night, gave the following numbers to the nearest quarter hour. So the numbers are 2, 3.5, 3, 2.75, and so on. So, do we have sufficient evidence that the number of hours that the teenagers spend on homework is less than 4 hours? Test alpha equals 0.01 level. Okay, so it is claimed that they spend 4 hours a night. Now remember, just follow every step by step. Don't think too much about it. Step 1 is our hypothesis. That's this guy. HO. HA, some college books write H1, okay? Mu is equal to 4, mu is less than 4. That's from here, okay? Don't forget to define your parameter of interest perfectly, where mu is the average amount of hours spent on homework each night by teenagers. Conditions. The stem of the problem states that the students were chosen randomly, and a box plot shows no extreme skewness, well in this case, not really too extreme anyway, or outliers, so it's safe to assume the distribution is approximately normal. I went ahead and found the 5-number summary, 2.875, and I'm drawing a box plot. You guys can also draw a stem plot or a dot plot, okay, or even a histogram, but I like box plots the best. I make sure that you go and draw it exactly spaced out evenly, and this is what it looks like. There's no skewness, there's no outliers. We can assume it's approximately normal. Okay to proceed. You cannot do this problem unless you show a graphical display. So that's step 1 is your hypothesis, step 2 is your conditions. Step 3 is the formula. Okay, here's our formula. Our formula is going to be T is equal to X bar minus mu over S over the square root of N. Remember, T's always go with S. I only have half of these numbers. In other words, I only have 4 and 8. But don't worry, we'll get this stuff after we run the test. We'll get X bar and S. Okay, so let me show you what to do here, okay? So, stay with me. You're going to press Stat. You're going to go to Edit. Stat, Edit. You go to L1, you clear your list, and you put the numbers in. 2, 3.53, 2.754, and so on. You put all 8 of these numbers. Once you're done, you hit Stat again, you go over the test, and you go to T-test. Pause the video if you need to. Take your time, try it yourself. So, you go Stat, Edit. So after you hit Stat, so you go Stat, and then you go to Edit, and you put these numbers in, okay? And then you go to Stat again, and then you do T-test. After you do that, you're going to go Data, not Stat. That's only when we have the statistics. You go to Data. You're going to have to fill in your mu, so that's this guy here. List 1, your frequency should always be 1. Okay, and then, because it said less than, I will do this guy here, and then I'll hit calculate. Once I do that, I'm going to get my answers. And if you take a look, this is your T and this is your P. But look below that, guys, X bar and S. You have to go back and fill it in. So for X bar, I got 3.3125. So I'm going to go back here. 3.3125, and I didn't take a look at S, 0.7647, 0.7647, and then I'm just going to grab my T, negative 2.54. Great, and it's less than, so now I'm up to my p-value. P, T, it's negative, I want a less than. And this, I believe, is going to be very small as well. It's going to be this guy here, 0.0193. 0.0193. So let's make sure what alpha we're going to choose, because if it's 5%, we'll reject, but if it's 1%, we fail to reject. It's 1%. So here's our conclusion. Assuming HO is true, okay, since P, which is 0.0193, is greater than alpha equal to 0.01, we fail to reject HO. We do not have sufficient evidence that they spend less than 4 hours on homework. Okay, so that's how we do this problem. Take your time. So you need 2 sentences. The first one is to reject or fail to reject, and the second one is we do not have sufficient evidence to suggest that to suggest HA basically, to suggest HA that they spend less than 4 hours. Okay, so that's how you do that problem. Take your time.